YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Noel Blends. We are back at it again with another haircut tutorial. We are going to be doing a mid-taper fade on my boy, and I'm going to show you guys step by step what I do to achieve this type of look. Other than that, it's your boy Noel Blends, and let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is start off by trimming the top of his hair. Any little hair that's just hanging off, we're going to get it with our shears. We ain't going to really wet the top of his hair. He just wanted a little cleanup. So we're going to go all around his head and just make sure everything's nice and even. As you guys can see, I am using my comb just to pick up his hair and just making sure everything's nice and even as best as possible. With curly hair, it's not really gonna be super even as if like I was to wet it, but we just wanted to do a little cleanup. He didn't want nothing too crazy off the top. So now we did clip up his hair. We are gonna go with our 1.5 lever fully open, and we're just gonna clean up, debulk all of his sides. This is an undercut basically, and he just likes to get the 1.5 and cleaned up all around. Next, what you want to do is grab your trimmers and create our first initial bald guideline. This is a mid taper. We're gonna burst it out, so we are gonna keep a C cups, and then we are gonna make it down to skin. So we're gonna hit it with our shavers next and make sure everything's nice and super smooth in the bottom. That way it can really pop out. Next, what you want to do is grab your half guard, lever fully closed, and create about a 1/2 inch guideline. Doing this rounded motion, we are going to burst it out. That way we can get some of his C cups in and make it look as smooth as possible. Keeping the blade flat, as you guys can see, we're going to take off that first initial bald guideline. I'm going to open it about a quarter. You don't really got to open it too crazy. It's going to blend itself out. And then we're going to hit it with our 0 gap trimmers, just making sure we get every little stubble that our clipper missed. Next, what you want to do is grab your 1.5 guard, lever fully closed, and create about another 1/2 inch guideline. Same rounded motion as you guys can see, just keeping the blade flat. Now we're going to jump to our 1 guard, lever fully open, and copy the same thing we did with our 1.5 lever fully closed, but we're going to keep the 1 open, and we're going to start to sandwich the blend. As you guys can see, I closed it halfway, and we're just going to go a little bit more down and fully close right at the middle ghost line. This ain't gonna take out the line completely, it's just softening everything up. That way we can come in with our half guard and just use our corners and flick everything out. As you guys can see right here, we're gonna use our corners on the half guard, lever fully closed. You wanna go right on the line and just break it. You do gotta be careful with this step because you can't push it up. So make sure you utilize your corners as best as possible and go right on the dark spots. So we're basically done with our blend. Now this part is just detail work. We're gonna be jumping to the 1.5 guard, to the 1 guard, to the half guard, and then to the no lever. You just want to play with it and just attack every little dark spot. It's if you go higher, obviously you got to go a higher guard to detail. If you're gonna go lower, you're gonna have to jump back down to a lower guard. So you guys can see I'm just playing with it, just detailing, attacking the dark spots. When doing these type of blends, you just want to attack the dark spots and just make it really pop out, and just really focus on the detail work. That way it'll make the biggest difference if you focus on that. And do not rush the haircut. You guys can always take your time. I'm 100% sure your client's gonna appreciate that a lot more. Right here, we're just taking down his lineup to a 1.5 not really digging into it, just making sure we're getting any little flyaways. And we're just gonna do his lineup, add a little bit of hairspray and enhancement. Everything I'm using in this video will be listed down below, that way you guys can check them out. I will be leaving a link attached to it. I do use the Kiss Express. I'm not too sure which one it is, the K98. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one. I'll have a link down below, that way you guys can check it out. And I just mix it with the alcohol and just half and half. You guys can see I'm just stretching the skin, making sure we don't irritate my client. I do use the white pencil, the white barber pencil. I'm a fan of enhancements. Not everybody is, not every barber, not every client. So just consult with your client and see if they want it. If not, you don't always got to use it. That's why you got to make sure it's nice and clean underneath the enhancement. But it does help out with like social media and all that. And it does give it an extra pop. That's why the majority of barbers use it. A lot of clients do like the enhancements as well. If they're done right, they do come out really clean. But there is a lot of people that don't like it either, a lot of clients. But I mean, if they like it, just consult with them and you guys will be fine. 8 times out of 10 they're gonna like it if it's done right. Just apply a little bit. You don't gotta put a lot of, I see a lot of barbers, they be painting on the fade and stuff. Just add a little bit, that way it can give them that extra pop. It's an enhancement. It's not to cover up the mistakes. So just keep that in mind. Right here we're going in with our half guard, lever fully closed, and create about an inch guideline. I do make my guidelines bigger in the back, especially because I have the dip underneath the occipital bone. That way it can pop out. If you do them about half an inch, it's gonna look super tight and it's gonna look like a chili bowl. So just make sure that you guys make the guidelines in the back a lot bigger. That way it can have a smoother transition. As you guys can see right here, we're just taking out the first initial boss guideline we had created, just going right on there and just breaking it, opening about a quarter. When doing the half guard, it's gonna come out really easy when taking out that first initial boss guideline. Right here we're just coming in with our 0 gap trimmers and getting any little stubbles that my clipper missed. Next, what you want to do is grab your 1.5 guard, lever fully closed, and create about another inch guideline. Just making sure the blade's flat, keeping it flat, and making it as consistent as possible all the way throughout. So next, what you want to do is grab your 1 guard, lever fully open, and we're going to copy the same exact thing right to the 1.5 guideline. We're going to keep the blade flat, and we're just going to start to sandwich the blend. We're going to close it halfway, go a little bit lower, and then we're going to close it fully and go right in the middle ghost line. It's not going to take it out completely, but it will soften it up a lot. That way we can come in with our half guard and clean everything up. So now we're going to come in with our half guard, lever fully closed, and we're going to utilize our corners and go right in that middle ghost line, and we're just going to go right on it and flick on it. This should take out the line completely. If it don't, we're gonna do detail work after, and we're just gonna clean everything up. So you guys can see I'm going right at the dark spots, just using my corners and just flicking right on it. It should come right out. So this step is probably the most important in my opinion. You do want to be careful because you can't push up the blend. If you do push it up, you can always come back and just detail with the higher guard, and then if it's not coming out, just leave it alone. We're gonna jump down to our no guard and attack it right on, and it should come out. As you guys can see, this is just nothing but detail work. Right here we're using our 1.5. We're gonna jump down to our one guard and just line everything up and connect it as smooth as possible. Make sure you guys are brushing, because sometimes the hair will fall like on the bottom of the blend and it looks like a dark spot, but it's really just hair that's falling off. So just make sure you guys keep brushing as well. So right here I did grab my taper comb and my thinning shears, and I'm just debulking some of the areas that are darker, just connecting the top to the bottom better. As you guys can see, we're just going straight up, not really digging into it, just making sure everything's nice and smooth. So now we're just gonna add our line up on the back and just make sure everything's nice and crispy. So just in case you guys forgot how my client came in looking like, this was the before. This is how he sat in my chair, and this is how he's leaving my chair. I think the cut came out super clean, simple and effective. Super clean mid taper. You can call it a mid burst taper, whatever you want to call it. It's a mid taper. If you guys like this haircut, or if this tutorial helped you guys out in any way, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you guys get alerted every time I drop a new video. I am back to dropping weekly. It had been a while, but I'm back. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. Follow me on Instagram at Noel Blends, on TikTok at Noel Blends. DM me any questions. I'd love to help you guys out. Other than that, it's your boy Noel Blends, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.